The United States passed the 18th Amendment, implementing the prohibition and outlawing the manufacture, sale, and transportation of intoxicating liquors. This was a result of the temperance movement and anti-immigrant sentiment. However, the law was not only widely disregarded, but it also gave rise to the shadowy underworld of illegal activities. Americans thirsty for their forbidden libations turned to underground speakeasies, which popped up across the nation like daisies. These hidden bars became the beating heart of the Roaring '20s, and where there was demand, supply was sure to follow. This led to the rise of bootleggers and organized crime, producing and distributing illegal alcohol. The most infamous of them all was Al Capone, a mob boss in Chicago who, at the peak of his power, was raking in an estimated $100 million in revenue from his illicit operations. Before the Prohibition, criminal gangs were on the fringes of society, small-time players in the grand scheme of things. However, Prohibition practically handed them the keys to the kingdom. It created an opportunity like no other, turning these street-level criminals into organized racketeers who dominated the illegal bootlegging industry. They understood the principles of legitimate business and were not above bribing everyone from the local police to federal prohibition agents. By the early 1920s, were so enormous that these gangsters became more organized than ever. They employed everyone from lawyers and accountants to boat captains and armed thugs, and even bought breweries that had been closed due to prohibition. They took to the seas to buy liquor from Great Britain and Canada, leading to the term rum running. They even paid citizens to operate home-based stills, producing gallons of sometimes poisonous booze. They were also responsible for the thousands of illegal bars, the notorious speakeasies, where they sold their illicit brews. However, the Prohibition was not only about crime and illegal booze, it also had cultural impacts that have shaped the society we live in today. It played a role in the empowerment of women, the growth of jazz music, and the burgeoning Hollywood movie industry. Even the world of fashion was not immune to its influence. Cocktails became popular during this era, and the bootleggers played a role in the development of stock car racing. Some legitimate businesses even adapted to the Prohibition by producing other products. The era of the Prohibition finally ended in the year 1933 with the repeal of the 18th Amendment. However, its impact on society was far-reaching and long-lasting. It was a time that transformed the face of crime, gave rise to the concept of organized crime, and left an indelible mark on American culture and society. In conclusion, the Prohibition, an era intended to curb the consumption of alcohol, ended up fueling the very vices it sought to eliminate. It gave birth to organized crime, changed the course of American history, and left a cultural legacy that still resonates today. It was an era of contradictions, where an attempt to impose moral standards ended up creating an underworld of
اگه میخوای برو نگو چه دلیل این روزا که سخت موشو سفید نگو میخوای بری